I would say, oh, hi, thanks, happy face. Okay, we have to mulligan this hand immediately. We only got one land. And it's not, I can't even suspend my Ivory Giant, but, I mean, oh, he mulliganed too. Sweet! Got Stink Drinker, Daredevil, Path to Exile, Thundering Giant. This should be pretty good. And we both mulligan, so not even at a disadvantage. Let's see what color he's in. One of the colors he's in. This game is done. Guy already knows how this game is going to turn out, even though we haven't started playing yet. Isn't that nuts? Even if I don't draw any lands, I can still play the Thundering Giant on turn 3. Or on turn 4, I mean. Alright, let's suspend this bro. We'll see in 5 turns, Ivory Giant. How do I like Dragon's Maze? That's a good question. I'm not even sure. I've played it a bunch, but I still don't know how much I like the draft format. Yeah, I don't like the fact that I have to play 3 colors. I hate playing 3 colors. I really do. I think that it's almost always worse for you to play an extra color, and it pisses me off that I have to do it sometimes, but or even most of the time. But other than that, like I do enjoy the format. All right, so he hasn't played anything the first 2 turns. It could just be because he doesn't have an ideal. Deadbridge, Goliath, Deadbridge, Chant, and Sire picks 1 and 2 in my RTR draft. Huh. Okay, he's just playing Siphon Life. That's interesting. I don't know if this card's good or not. The Guild... No, I mean, the pre-releases were pretty terrible. I guess the pre-release for this wasn't so bad. I don't know. I mean, you still have to play 3 colors in that. Right. Ivory Giant ticks down a little bit. I don't really want to be drawing any more lands. I can pretty much cast all my spells. I can't cast, like, what, 2 things, maybe, by now? But everything else is good to go. So hopefully the Stink Drinker Daredevil will survive the turn. It's really the best thing. Maybe he's playing, like, Worm Harvest. And he's playing, like, 25 lands or something like that. Worm Harvest is 2 green, black, green, black, green, black. And you get 1/1 green and black worms for however many lands you have in your graveyard. So that's why he just grabbed any retrace spell he could find. Looks like he's doing it again. Yeah, alright, he's just siphoning my life. But he's going to get hit in the face for 5 next turn. Perhaps more. Alright, Ivory Giant. Ooh, Feud Killer's Verdict. I better cast that now. Because in a couple of turns I might not have more life than him if I gain 10. I don't recall a pre-release where I didn't splash a 3rd color at all. Oh really? Because I almost always play 2 colors if I can. I guess yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, RTR, Gatecrash, they were really begging you to play 2, maybe splash 1, but I don't know. Either way, turn 4 Feud Killer's Verdict. I just got a turn 4 5/5 that gained me 10 life. Oh, hey, Tran. The draft went really well so far, and I think my deck is really sweet, and hopefully it'll work out well for me. No! He's going to be able to eat up my Ivory Giant, send it right back into the library from whence it came. Unfortunate, but that kind of thing happens every once in a while, and that's why suspend cards sometimes aren't as good. But this is really, I think, the only thing that deals with suspend that easily. I guess Moldervine Cloak. Okay. I can just path that. Yeah, I'll definitely just path it, especially since I want to get my Thundering Giant in here in this action. If you have any questions, Scruffy, feel free feel free to ask if you want to see any of the cards or whatever. I'll be glad to try and help you out. Alright, and then we get to hit him for 10 here, because we got a Hasty Giant. Oh, he's got more colors. Yeah, this game is definitely looking like I'm winning it, considering he's at 1 card, and he's got a bunch of mana, and he's got a Siphon Life, but... yeah, sure, whatever. Of course, Tran, just send it to me on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll be sure and try and help you out as best I can. If just explain to me what format you're trying to play. If it's just casual, that's fine. Just let me know. Yeah, just send me a message. All right, so there's that Worm Harvest that I was worried about earlier. It looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do. But I mean, I don't know. He might be able to just harvest me to death, but I can still get in there. If he just chump blocks with both, then I guess it's not great. And the next turn he's going to get 3, and then he can just triple block one of them, but I still get in for a damage. I guess if I ever draw my Thundercloud Shaman, it'll be for lethal. Pretty much. But having this Path to Exile seems pretty good for me. Is there any land with Dredge on it? Because if there is, then God, he can just put the land back on top of his library and just Worm Harvest every turn. That's like really what he wants to be doing. Alright, so he just wants to throw this thing into the graveyard, but I don't even know if I want to let him. Just so he can dredge it and then Worm Harvest. Oh, Crush Underfoot. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to let him do that. I think I'm just going to do this. Not only does it... this is pretty funny, but he gets a land out of his deck, so then he's less likely to draw a land. Which normally is a bad thing, but in this case it seems pretty good. Oh, yeah, you're right. Dakmore Salvage. That card is... oh, he didn't even grab one. He's smart. Nice play on his part. Because he doesn't want to take any lands out of his deck. Alright, so we knocked him down to 2 here. If only this Crush Underfoot could knock him in the face. But only deals damage to a creature. But, I mean, there's a good chance. If he retraces it, he'll get 3 worms. But, and he'll just be able to chump block. So, really, I'm hoping he just... there are probably very few cards in the format that can help him out of this situation. Worm Harvest is one of them, so I hope he doesn't draw any land in his deck, which would suffice as getting him out of the situation, I suppose. But now he's basically dead to a Thundercloud Shaman, although it would kill my my bro here. Oh, he just drew another Worm Harvest. Oh, and he's got a Festering Goblin, so that is going to be enough to survive another turn. Damn, I was really hoping for the other thing. Alright, so I need to be a little bit careful here. If he throws 2 things in front of the Thundering... No, he can't throw 2 things in front of the Thundering Giant. Oh, he can, and he can take 1 and go down to 1. Yeah, he actually drew another Worm Harvest, so I was right when I said that he was playing the Worm Harvest deck. So now he's trying to decide, I guess, if he wants to block here. But see, the thing is, if he does... Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to kill the worm that is blocking that giant so that I don't lose my giant. And now he's basically just dead. If Worm Harvest is not going to be good enough anymore. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, even if he draws Worm Harvest, then it wouldn't have been good enough. So, since my opponent is playing the Worm Harvest deck, I think that this Fury Charm will actually be better than Crush Underfoot. +1/+1 and Trample is it's pretty good against Worm Harvest. I think my deck is very good, though. Crush Underfoot's fine. It looked really good that game. Is there anything that's bad against him? I don't really think so. I think maybe Fiery Fall is not very good. You can just take that out, bring in Crush Underfoot. Yeah, seems okay. He wasn't really killing my creatures, but I think I had a pretty good draw. The fact that I got Stinktrigger Daredevil into Feud Killer's Verdict was really lucky. And he was siphoning my life and stuff, but it didn't really do much in the end. I wonder how many lands my opponent's running. But that was... It looked like he built a pretty good deck. But the fact that I've got two paths is pretty sweet. Yeah, Modern Masters is all reprints. Everything is at least 3 or 4 years old. I can't remember exactly how old they are, but they're from a specific set and before that. And they wanted to print a lot of cards. It sounds pretty obvious when I say it, but that are in Modern because they are trying to make Modern more accessible to the public. So they're trying to make the cards cheaper, and by printing a lot of the cards again, it makes them cheaper. And I think they were hoping to make some money as well. This hand is really bad, and it probably should have been a mulligan, because my deck can do so much better than this. And when he plays Thallid on turn 1, it makes me laugh at this hand. Hopefully I'll draw a giant at some point. Maybe I might end up Lightning Helixing that stupid Thallid. Yeah, this may have been an ill-advised keep, but the reasoning why I did keep it is because there's probably about 10 to 12 giants in my deck, if not, maybe something around there. Oh my god, he's got another Thallid. And any of them makes this draw a lot better. Oh, not any of them. I guess the Ivory Giants don't really help out too much. Alright, so if I Lightning Helix the Thallid right now, then I can make it so that he doesn't get... Oh wait, no, I can wait a turn. Oh damn, I did not want to draw that. Okay, let's get this Great Heart out. If nothing else, I am likely to just be able to beat in next turn, or keep one of his Thallids back because he won't want to leave himself open to me attacking him for 2, but I guess that's not really too likely. I wonder if he's got a Siphon Life in hand. I'm not really... I think that card seems pretty good. Oh, he played another Forest, so if he does have a Siphon Life, then he can't even cast it. But, I mean, he's got 4 cards in hand, so still plenty of options. And there are plenty of cards in his deck that I haven't seen yet. Alright, so he is attacking with both, which alerts me to the fact that he'll probably have a creature, but I mean, he might just want to trade 2 for 2 instead of 1 for 0, which is reasonable. Alright, and he's got this thing. Unfortunate. I might just... Ooh. I don't want to Helix anything. I don't want to Path anything right now. But, yeah, let's... Maybe I'll just, like, Maybe I'll just Lightning Helix this and attack. Because, I mean, if I just let him get on board with this army of Thallids, then I'm not going to be in great position. And I need to draw another giant before my hand becomes good. Or just a giant, rather. But, yeah, let's just heal it. I mean, I'm just going to get this out of the way. Obviously, this one's going to come online first. But, I mean, little Thallids aren't really such a big deal against my hand as long as I draw a giant. And since there are so many in the deck, then again, now that I keep saying that there are so many in the deck, but I only have 1 mountain, so that immediately takes away 2. Because Thundercloud Shaman and... I don't know, the 4-3 haste guy, I'll just call him that, Sir 4-3 the Hastings, they both cost more. Hopefully I draw like Avian Changeling, that'd be sweet. Or Warspike Changeling would be pretty much just as sweet. But once I get +1/+1 in first strike, then my Kithkin Greatheart becomes very, very good against his Thallids. Even if he's making a whole bunch of little 1/1s. I bet he's got that Overrun card, the one that gives you... It's like 6 mana, and I don't remember exactly what it gives you, but it gives you a lot of pluses. I remember that much. Alright, so he's going to be at 4 mana now. Hit me for 2. Trump the domains, that's it. He's just going to make a Saproling now, It's curious. Oh, sweet. Horseback Changeling. Get in there, buddy. Yeah. I had this the whole time. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. That's why I kept this hand. Because my Kithkin Greatheart becomes really good when I get my Warspike Changeling out there. If he murders this Warspike Changeling and then trades off for the Sapperling, I'm probably going to cry. But it doesn't... I mean, if... Oh, no. It looks like I'm dead. Okay, thank God. Thank God. But, anyway, my hand is now static. Like, it's now even, and... But if he ever gets... if he ever gets something to break the stall, then I'm going to be in bad shape. Or I need to draw something to break the stall as well. But luckily, I do have Thundercloud Shaman. I'm just going to keep saying the word Thundercloud Shaman just because it is so powerful. Okay, he's just basic land cycling. Wonder, he's probably going to get, yeah, he's getting another swamp for Siphon Life or something like that if he's got one of those. Blight Speaker? Huh. I'm wondering, maybe I want to be killing that. But he made another Thallid, and he did it on his turn. So again, that's pretty good for me. Could mean that my opponent is a little bit inexperienced. Yeah, see this Thundering Giant, I can't even cast it. Unless I kill my own Kithkin Greatheart. For the greater good of the nation. Alright, but we can attack here with both of them pretty much with impunity. I don't think that there is a 1-mana green pump spell. Alright, he's just chump blocking at this point. And it might be in my best interest to just get rid of that Blight Speaker right now. But since I haven't seen any other rebels from him, I think I'm going to let it live. It's probably a bad idea. I probably should take it out. I should have taken it out, rather. At this point, it's a little late. Because he can still activate the ability, and if you are curious, he gets to search for a rebel that costs 3 or less, and go grab it, put it onto the battlefield. It's a little bit of an absurd ability. Siphon Life, no big deal. Okay, so, I mean, at this point, I'm not as worried as I was at the beginning of the match, because I've seen my opponent play a couple of cards that are a little suspect, and, I mean, it could just be that he's trying out something new, but I think that it's because he's a little bit inexperienced. Alright, another Changeling. I should have played it pre-combat. That way I don't lose both my Kithkin Greathearts in combat to a pump spell or something like that. Or I guess I can only lose one of them. And I can't think of anything that would do the trick. So I am getting in for some damage here, and it's looking pretty good for me. My opponent's going to need some pretty sweet cards. He's just going to end up pinging me for 1 and absorbing 3 damage with that Blight Speaker. So it worked out for me in the end. I don't know if it was the right play. I mean, if he had the Rebel that could just tap something down for a black mana, then that would buy him a lot of turns, because that would save him an extra 3 life every turn. But, yeah. Thallid. I don't know about this guy. He's really cute, but, yeah. Yeah, definitely not a bad matchup, as well as my deck being pretty good. So hopefully it'll work out, and I'm not being overly enthusiastic of a game that I actually might lose, but looks like he's just siphoning me a little bit more, and he's got that dredge land. No big deal, though. Hey, another Thallid. So he's just, like, trying to spawn out as many of these saplings as possible. But it's not looking like it's really affecting my dominance, because since he chump blocked so much so early, I guess, I mean, he needs 5 things to jump in front of a Kithkin Greatheart to kill it. So he would have had to take a lot more damage. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't cast any of the spells in my hand right now. I mean, I guess I could cast Crush Underfoot or Thundering Giant, but or Path to Exile rather. Yeah, that's 3 of these Thallids that we've seen so far, which is not ridiculous, but alright, so he's just jump blocking, and now he's down to 1 card in hand. Alright, you can go, sir. He's got, what, 2 lands in the graveyard? So even a Worm Harvest isn't backbreaking. Gets a token every turn, sacks for 3 sampling, yeah. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. Did he... Oh, he did dredge that land. Has he been doing that every turn and I just haven't been paying attention? But he didn't get any extra. The problem with siphoning my life... Well, I guess... I mean, he is denting me. I'm down to 11 now that I look at it. But he's about to take a bunch of damage. Just play this pre-combat. There's little reason to not. He's got 0 cards in hand, so... I think he's completely on the dredging plan, though, which... okay, that guy couldn't attack. Which makes sense, because if the Worm Harvest gets into his graveyard, then he can cast it, but he's going to die next turn. Even if he does cast a Worm Harvest. So, looks like we're going to get there. Yeah, Worm Harvest will barely do anything for him. Looks like he got it. Oh, he didn't dredge, but he's still dead. Yeah, I don't even have to cast any of my removal spells, and he's still dead. Looks like he's about to figure that out, and then click that concede button. He was way too high to draft this. Okay, well, that's